Okay, so the next one is the permanent wave service. You have 22 minutes for this service and you will be told when you have 11 minutes remaining. The very first thing you're gonna do is sanitize your hands. And again, clean your station. Your hands will be really dry after this. Re-sanitize hands. And then unpack your kit. You'll probably want to, don't take the whole box. Go ahead and just get out a few of them and put them in a small baggie. And they can be pre-folded. But right now I'm just getting everything set up in the order in which I'm gonna need it. If you happen to drop, like let's say during this service, I drop all my combs and I'm on my last comb and I drop it. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna take a towel or a paper towel and I'll just show y'all right now. So if this is my last comb, I dropped it and I need it. I'm gonna set it here. And I'm gonna count to 60. And when I'm done counting to 60, I'm gonna dry it off and now I can use it again. So because they've seen your intention, they know that you understand sanitation, and that's what they're looking for. So I'm gonna make sure I have every single thing that I need. Gloves are ready to go. I wanna make sure my rods are all facing the same way. And I need 6. We pack 8 in case you drop a couple, but you really only need 6. Okay. Once that's done, I'm ready to drape my mannequin. And I'm always gonna start by clipping her hair off. Then I'm making a W. Goes around her neck. And then tucked in like you're at the pool. This should make it thick enough to not need a T-pin for this service. Make sure you have a chemical drape. And then she'll be draped towel, draped towel. So another W. And this one, again, we're gonna tuck. And we wanna make it pretty tight. All right, now we're ready to start wrapping. So it's gonna be in her crown, the back center of her head. So what I like to do is just section off. Already dropped something, so I would pick it up. It goes immediately in the trash can, and I sanitize my hands. Okay, now I'm ready to begin. So I'm gonna go ahead using my radial parting, and I'm gonna section everything in the front of the hair out of the way, because I'm not going to be using that. And I'm going to make sure that my radial parting continues to the other side. I'm going to section all that hair out of the way. I should have a straight line at the top. And then my rest of my sectioning is going to be with the size of the rod. So I'm going from circle to circle. There's a smooth space. That's where we should be sectioning. That's how wide. And I'm only making a section big enough for 6 rods. So it doesn't have to be huge. And I just want to get all the hair I'm not using out of the way. If you section too much hair, that's okay. If you don't section enough hair, you can just add more. It doesn't need to be super stressful. So I've got my section of hair that I'm gonna use out of the way. I'm gonna clean this section up. I'm gonna clean this section up as well. Okay, so all my rods will be here. And I'm gonna re-wet my section. And then I'm gonna start. And I'm gonna make sure everything's as close to me as possible. And I don't need to put my gloves on just yet. Make sure we use our rod to measure. So your section should be no wider than the rod. And we're going to use a double flat wrap. So one on the back, one on the front side, followed by water. Make sure, and you've just given a haircut, so this should be easy. You slide up till we're at least a 1/4 inch beyond the hair. Can you see that? And we're gonna go slightly over directed beyond our base. And we're gonna roll, we're keeping the hair really, really tight. You should roll up just below our base. And then this is gonna go across the front top of our rod. And we're just going to continue the same way, always using our rod to measure. If we get too small of a section, they're going to stack up on each other, and we don't want that. Make sure all the hair is smooth. And remember that your mannequin can move, so she can be, you can have her tilt down when you need her to. You're going to be tempted to not use your rod to measure. Use your rod to measure. And don't over direct too much once you get past the curve. Make sure all the hair stays in there. You have your nice gap at the top. Make sure the hair stays taut. And that should go right across the top. So this is going to be my final rod. I want to make sure all the hair is combed in the same direction. Okay, so they might ask you to move your rod so they can see if your sectioning stayed good on both sides. It should be pretty straight. And they're gonna make sure that none of them are too wobbly. You're gonna have a little bit of give, but that's okay. So as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna apply my cotton. And if I bring a ton, just wrap it all the way. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to put my gloves on to apply my protective cream, mostly just because I don't want to touch the Vaseline, but it's a good idea to already have them on. And make sure you get enough Vaseline to cover everything. I put it on the back of my hand, spatula it directly into the trash, close my container directly into the trash, and then I'm going around her entire hairline. So her front hairline, and your judge is gonna wanna see your Vaseline, so make sure you can see it. On the back of the ear, make sure you get the back of the ear. The nape, so you're gonna have to lift up the hair, push down your towel. So at this point, now we just need to clean our hands. I'm just going to use our paper towel. Remember that you can sanitize your gloves. You can sanitize your gloves to make sure that they're good.